because not everyone that has like injury or dysfunction in their brain or mood disorders or chemical imbalances is going to have vagal dysfunction. So the biggest clue for someone who has vagal dysfunction is number one, they have motility issues. They can't get their intestines to work. So they're like the ones that have to take magnesium to soften their stools every day to function, or they have to take some kind of motility stimulating, with a peppermint tea or whatever they have to take to have bowel movements. That's like your first clue. Okay, that vagal system is not interacting. Okay. Now that could just be the gut itself. Different, like methane or hydrogen. These things have impacts on motility too from bacteria, but that would be a clue if they have motility issues. Another major clue is they can't swallow.
Mm.
So we'll hear from patients like, please, if you can give me a powder instead of a capsule for supplement, that'd be better because I really have a hard time swallowing. The swallowing is all vagal. So if we see like vagal issues, um, and then sometimes they just another big clue is that dry mouth and they can't swallow well. And the biggest clue of that is they're still finishing their meal and it's 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour later when everyone else is done. So when you see inefficiency producing saliva, they can't digest their food. What happens with vagal issues, just like the gut's not working. And then they don't even really know they have really a dry mouth. It's not that significant. And they also have to take really small, like to chew the food over and over again to even swallow. This is all done subconsciously. They don't know. So if someone has extended, eating time consistently with whoever they eat with, or just they have chronic constipation issues, they're really swallowing. That's when we really start to suspect this descending vagal system is involved. Now, in a clinical exam, we can have them say, ah, you see those punching bags in the back of the throat, they should move really quickly. And then if you do that 10 times in a row, they should always work. Sometimes when people have injury to that system, their endurance is an issue. So they can do the first one and say, ah, and then like the punching bag, the palate moves up. But when they get to like three or four, it just stops moving
Got
because
it.
they don't have the mitochondrial capacity there. And a lot of times we can hear it. We can put a stethoscope in their abdomen. And when you listen to the abdomen, there's like gargling noises, and it has an intensity and a frequency. If you have vagal issues, like there is no intensity. You can barely hear it. And then there is no frequency. And then it'll be in different quadrants all throughout. So those would be our clues. And then in the brain book, I talk about like gargling to activate that system because you can't do it with a supplement. You have to actually activate those neurons to move. So gargling is probably the easiest one, using a tongue blade in the back of the throat to just a gag reflex, singing loudly. Those are all ways to start activating those vagal pathways.